This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
This is a PSA, or public sock announcement. Experts have declared Bombas socks as the best way to warm up chilly feet. These pairs are super cushy, soft, and designed for maximum coziness. Plus, for every pair purchased, another pair will be donated, so someone in need of essential clothing can stay warm this winter. Go to bombas.com/listen and use code LISTEN for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/listen and use code LISTEN at checkout.
Welcome back. It's another Bob and Tom Extra. This is Christopher. Not only is the Bob and Tom Show live every weekday morning, but every afternoon we'll give you a little extra in case you missed anything. On the big show today, West Coast correspondent Al Jackson. He's coming up in just a few minutes.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
Bombas makes the most comfortable socks, underwear, and T-shirts.
Warning, Bombas are so absurdly comfortable you may throw out all your other clothes.
Sorry, do we legally have to say that?
No, this is just how I talk, and I really love my Bombas.
They do feel that good. And they do good, too. One item purchased equals one item donated.
To feel good and do good, go to bombas.com/listen and use code LISTEN for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/listen and use code LISTEN at checkout.
Coming to Bob and Tom TV. It's a remake of one of the nation's most beloved sitcoms.
Oh, no.
Lamont, you big dummy! Did you tell the press I was in Argentina with my lover?
Gee, no, Pop. I did just what you told me. I said you were hiking the Appalachian Trail.
Oh, Elizabeth, this is a big one. I'm coming.
Oh, are you having a heart attack, Pop?
No, that was just a flashback to my last night in Buenos Aires.
Don't miss Sanford and Son this week on Bob and Tom TV. This time, it's about more than junk. It's about trashing your career.
It's our way of making sure you haven't missed anything. This is Bob and Tom Extra.
It's that time of the week. Here we are. Time to help Tom be hipper. As if he could get any more hip.
That's amazing. Isn't
it? That's exactly right.
Now, we're going to switch gears and head, that's a dookie rope. I can see it on that man right now. We're talking with comedian Al Jackson, one of the hosts of the Daily Blast Live on a television set near you. Al, how are you today, sir?
I'm good. I am running on no sleep right now.
Ooh.
I did a college gig last night in the middle of nowhere, Colorado. It was probably 3.5 hours from Denver. And it was that weird thing where it's like I knew I had to be back here at 6 a.m. to do this show. And the show was done at midnight. So I was like, well, I'll just drive back. But then, it hits you that you're 46 at about 1:15 in the morning. You're like, oh, I'm super tired. And then I looked down at my GPS because I was in the middle of nowhere, had led me an hour in the wrong direction.
Oh.
So, Christy Lee.
Yes.
Christy
Yes.
Lee. I am in the car just like having that come to Jesus moment. Like, what if I just stopped and just pulled over and just quit? I was just going to just not even be lost. Just sit in the middle of a cornfield until I'm arrested, rightfully so. And so I turned around and I just drove back. I got back about, 40 minutes ago from a college gig that just I would say that the separation is complete. Anytime somebody goes, "Oh, Leo DiCaprio's dating a college guy," I'm like, that is, how did you do that? I have nothing to say to these kids. No, it's like it's like Josh, it's like performing. When you do shows in New York, especially coming up, there's gigs that are always available that when you're broke, you have to pay rent, you're doing, but you know you're going to bomb. It's like at a youth hostel, and it's all, Dutch tourists that don't speak the language. So you know you're going to bomb. So at a college, and it's the exact same connection that you would have to people that were working on their English as you were walking on stage. Like there's no connection anymore to college kids, which is, I think, a good thing for both me and them. They should be at a point in their life where they cannot relate to a 36-year-old father of 3.
And sometimes they look at you like they want to understand where you're coming from and what you're saying. But it's crazy how it's like you are speaking a different language.
That's the only thing I can attribute to, but also like a language where, like there's Spanish where you can pick out some words, but then when you hear other ones where you're like, if you've ever heard somebody speak, Arabic or something, you're like, what? I don't know what any of the, that's how they look at you. It's just like.
So, how did it go last night?
Not great.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
They're impossible. They're impossible.
Well, can I just say something, Al, real quick? If you want to hear something going great, both Josh Arnold and Al Jackson have albums out there right now. Josh is called Half Fat, currently #1 in the comedy chart. Al Jackson, you've got that album out there. With
In Earnest.
In Earnest, downloadable. Check out Al when it's working.
Yes,
I'm sure there were things that worked last night.
It was you know what, Tom? That was the worst thing. It wasn't bombing. It was being in a bombing simulator where you know that like you don't care either, and neither do they, and it's no one's fault, and this can be over anytime you decide. It's probably like what pilots train on before they actually get into 747. Mm-hmm. I knew at that moment, I was like, now granted, you do it because college gets paid great money, but it really is so strange how stand-up comedy, you have to get beat up by life a little bit. You got to have a job that you didn't love for a couple of years, be in a couple of relationships that don't work, because I think college kids are very like, well, why would you get divorced? Just stay together. Well, why would like that? My opening act is like, so I'm broke, and they're like, huh? Like they're like they don't get like
you're right.
The basic setup.
Now,
like
Al,
it was sorry. Yes,
Al. That is not the worst college gig of all time.
No,
Pat
it
Godwin,
is not.
Pat Godwin had the worst college gig of all time when he played before an audience of 0. Pat, you want to enlighten Al on this one?
Yeah, Old Dominion. I showed up on a Thursday, and they promoted the wrong day. They promoted the Friday, so I show up on Thursday, and I had a Friday college gig. I was doing a college tour, and the person says, well, the contract says you have to do an hour, and I can't pay you unless you do an hour. I said, there's no one in the theater. And she made me go on stage and perform for her while she studied up in the sound booth.
Oh.
And I did an hour.
See, I think that's better.
Yeah? Yeah, that's better than actually.
True.
That'd be a pretty good special on Netflix. There's no audience. Hi, just chairs. They keep cutting to the chairs. The way they do it, they cut to the people laughing. I
will say this really quickly, Tom, before we get to our important segment, just to back up what Mr. Godwin's saying, so people don't think that these are stories and we're telling tall tales out of school. I did a gig in Long Island at this school called CW Post or something, some kind of weird name. Yeah, sure. Like it's like should have been like an off-brand cereal at Sam's Club.
Fine call.
And I showed up just like Pat was saying, and the show was run by a lot of times they're run by like college kids. It was run by this older Indian guy, and he goes, yeah, your show's going to be in the cafeteria. I was like, that's not great, but okay. And it was like 1:30, and we get to the cafeteria, and there are just like grown women cleaning and like wiping down, the kitchen area. Like, I mean, it was closed. And he was like, yeah, we, the kids go back to class, but we had some booking issues, but you need to still do your time. So me and my buddy Forrest Shaw, who's a writer for Jim Jeffries and my best friend in the world, we stood on it. He will tell this story without me prompting him. We stood on the stage and we told our jokes we went obviously really fast, blowing through our punchlines. And we see the Indian guy at the end, and he is walking up to us and he's looking at his watch like, that didn't seem like an hour. I'm like, are you holding us to time? There's no one there. But he was like looking at his watch like, hey, buddy, this protocol. I was like, are you crazy? Give me my check, sir.
We're speaking with comedian Al Jackson. Al is once again one of the hosts of the Daily Blast Live, and he has that album out there called In Earnest. Al, we were talking, you're kind of a clothing guy, Al. You look really nice today. That looks like a nice kind of a deep maroonish red
is it velvet?
Sports jacket.
Yeah, he would look a little Merlot. Is it Merlot?
Yeah, there you go. And you've got a dookie rope on.
He would look nice without the dookie rope.
I can't. I obviously I wore this when I was LL Cool J for Halloween, and just between me and y'all and the Bob and Tom fan, I wear it all the time. I wear it when I'm blowing leaves outside. I swear on my mother.
And we should explain. A dookie rope is a golden, like a DNA strand, a helix, if you will, a cascading a necklace that's very large, the size of a Hawaiian lei, but made of gold. Right. Very, very fancy. Made famous by Run DMC, of course. And that's the only rap or hip-hop accessory I'm familiar with, so I mentioned it a lot.
So this is going to become your look? Yeah, is this it? This is your look? You're like Flavor Flav? You're now the dookie rope guy?
I kind of like it. I just don't want to have to, commit to that. But I don't know. I think it could be. If I had my druthers, can a black man say druthers? I think he can.
Now,
brothers can say druthers, yes.
Really?
The brothers druthers.
Now, it's time now for you to teach me a little bit about the English language that I don't know. What have we got over there?
Oh, Tom, let's kick things off right now. Why don't you tell me, or properly use in a sentence, the word buddy?
Buddy?
Now, real quick, Al, I hope I'm not outing you here, Chick, but Chick hates...
We've seen the photos.
When people call him buddy.
Hey, buddy. How's it going, buddy?
I could see that.
Yeah, just totally, especially if they don't know me.
They've forgotten your name.
They forgot, yeah.
Hey, buddy.
How about Bud? Is that okay?
Same.
Okay. All right.
Although it comes from Buddha, Buddha, buddy, yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's what Richard Gere told me.
Would you prefer pal, or do you want sir? Or is that only in bed?
Mr. Sir, can I help you? That's what I want.
How about bro? Is that okay, bro?
Bro's not bad.
Really?
Although I kind of like bruh. Bruh's good.
Really?
Hey, bruh.
Is that kind of dated?
Yeah, but that's all right.
Okay. So I'm sorry. So the term buddy, obviously, it's not in the normal sense of a friend. Is that correct, Al?
No. Right. Well, kind of. Does anybody have a guess as to what buddy is or what it could be? This is a term used in the early 90s.
I was going to guess that sometimes there's an F in front of it.
Oh, yeah.
Check out the big brain on Josh.
Oh, an F buddy. I know what an F buddy.
F buddy, yeah.
Yes. Yes, but it's, and that is 100% correct. It's when I've heard it used really only in songs, it's like more of a general term for just sex. But I think buddy, it inherently implies that like you're friends, but that's not your girlfriend. So that is a 100% correct answer. So Tom, now that Josh has laid the path, go ahead and walk it. Why don't you give us a sense?
It would be, yes, I've been seeing this woman, but she's this is strictly a buddy relationship. There's no emotional component to it. It's strictly.
Oh my Lord! I've already gone.
Yeah, you're no longer his buddy, are you?
I'm sorry, but the money's on the table, Chocolate.
You heard that, right, Al? Okay.
Well, that's a line from the line from Birdcage. Sorry.
Hey, sure it is, Tom. Look, we all have our proclivities.
That's right.
Look, nice. Nothing wrong with that.
Al, again, I'm speaking for Chick here. I don't mean to, but Chick refers to buddies occasionally as a convenience.
Or
don't say the next one. I know what you're going to say. Don't say it.
A receptacle?
That's never a good word.
I knew it was coming. I apologize.
All you need,
even if somebody said your millions of dollars are over there in that receptacle.
Yeah, no.
all you need is some Miller Lite, some grapes, and room service. And next thing you know, you look up, there's a receptacle.
We have time,
Yes.
Al Jackson. We have time for one more.
Breakfast is served at the Howard Johnson.
That's right.
Word of the day. One more time. What do you got?
Oh, Tom. All right, let's do a phrase. Tom, why don't you tell me what the phrase "you ain't got the lie to kick it" means?
You ain't got the what?
You ain't got to lie to kick it. Or you don't have to lie to kick it. However Tom, I believe you would probably say it the latter, but either one is correct.
One doesn't have to lie to kick it.
Please don't. Right. Probably one is not. One is the loneliest number.
Of course, this is in the second person, so you, chick, don't have to lie to kick it.
Why did you single me out? Like I lie all the time.
Because I'm trying to use it in a sentence.
And he picked the liar in the room, chick.
You don't have to lie.
Oh, good. I thought you were just saying I'm a liar.
You don't have to make excuses. I understand exactly why you're in this situation and why you have disposed of the
body,
the aforementioned buddy.
I think you're close. Did
I get it right? In other words, if Chick has broken up with this woman,
close.
He's broken up with this woman, and saying, you don't have to tell me some kind of a story as to why you dumped her. It's fairly clear to me.
That's actually way more specific. Josh, do you have a guess? I mean, Tom, you're you're circling the airport, Tom.
Let's say it's essentially come as you are, or if I walk into a club and I see Bill Bellamy.
Shout out, my brother.
Yes, and like his entourage. And I go up and I want to I don't have to be like, hey, I once met Bill. I worked with him 1 week. It's no. You don't have to lie to kick it. Get in here. Party with us.
That is an absolutely fair use. That works 100%. And Josh, I've used it, and we've all had a friend that you love, but they are no doubt a pathological liar. Yes. They're harmless.
Yeah.
But that's the weird thing. Because you saying I'm gonna lie and say I hung out with Bill to get in the VIP, that you at least have a reason to kind of lie, to kind of finagle in there. They're just people where you'd be like, wow, I like those new Jordans. They come in black, gray, and red. And I already got those. My buddy already. And it's like, those are the 2025s. That's just a prototype drawing. Yeah. Oh, yeah, but we're going to, my friend works in China and they have a factory. And it's like, why are you lying? Like, we're friends. And no, you didn't.
Yes.
That definitely did not happen. And there's no way it happened. Like, just for a weird, it's like, dude, we're friends. You don't have to lie. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Where does the kicking come in?
To kick it, to hang out.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, so I was completely wrong. Thank you, Josh. Very good.
Well, I was in the ballpark.
Josh was on fire today.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Al. Get some sleep.
Yes.
The Daily Blast Live features Al Jackson.
Do you have to work today on TV?
Yes.
Oh my.
So, today's the day to drop an F-bomb.
Yeah, I hope you're so tired you forget to change clothes and show up at the Daily Blast Live with the dookie rope.
They got to let me go on. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm just going to go to HR and be like, something.
That's it for another Bob and Tom Show Extra. Catch us on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. For Bob and Tom Extra, this is Christopher. Take care, everybody.
Jim Rome takes on sports.
Why? Because you're not playing me.
With rapid-fire takes.
Y'all went from the Super Bowl straight to the toilet bowl. He's not over the NFL. The NFL is over him.
Scorching debates.
All the good, all the bad, all the ups, all the downs.
He's the Spitfire of sports smack.
Sorry for what I said because it was appropriate when I said it, but I can't say it anymore, dude. You are killing the game.
The Jim Rome Show podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.